that Benny. Ooh. How y'all doing? Got another video for you. Before I even start, I want to say that ladies, y'all are doing better. You're actually giving me topics and ideas and questions I can actually do a video about now. So kudos to y'all for actually doing stuff now and giving me ideas, so that's why I can pump these videos out a little faster. But understand, ladies are the ones giving me the questions. I'm not getting a lot of stuff from dudes, so that's why I feel like I deal with more, if you want to say bashing on lady questions, because y'all the only ones asking questions. So can y'all stop saying that to me, please? Please. Alright. So again, of course, this video comes from some ladies. And it's actually 2 or 3 different topics I'm going to combine into one video because they all kind of interconnect. It's about basically how do you get / keep a good man. This is what it's coming about, because I've had how do you find a good man, how do you get a good man, how do you keep it. So I'm just putting it all into one sploosh video. The easiest way I can do it, and the way I've always done it, I've had this same parable / equation / analogy for the longest. Think about getting into a relationship the same way you do as applying for a job. He got the position. He wants a boo, wife, girlfriend, whatever you want to be, and you want to apply for the position. So apply for that position the same way you apply for a job. So first things first about a job, you got to have a resume. Biggest problem is a lot of people go and try to apply for Fortune 500 type jobs. I want to go work for IBM. I don't want to work for something like that making $100,000 a year. But the only thing they got on their resume is I worked at Captain D's and I worked the food line. You ain't gonna get hired. Same thing. A lot of you ladies, the only thing y'all got on your resume as far as being in a relationship is you know how to flip food stamps and you can do hair in the kitchen without burning the back of somebody's ear. So if that's the only thing you bring to the table, you need to up your resume if you want to up your hiring ability for a good dude type relationship. And I'm gonna keep on saying good dude because y'all know me. It's the difference between a grown-up little boy and a good man. So if you want to keep applying for grown-up little boy positions, you don't need my help. That's easy. They always hiring. That's like Tyson. You get a job at Tyson whenever you want to. If you want a good job, a Fortune 500 type job, you got to have a good resume. So keep that in mind through the entirety of this video. Like I said, first thing first, your resume got to be right. Make sure you apply yourself. Make sure when he sees your resume, your basic appearance, your outlook, your mentality, that it's a positive resume, something he'll want to hire for that position. And also, the thing about a job, a lot of times just because you got the best resume, you look the best on paper, might not mean you be the best person for the job. So don't get all disgruntled if somebody hires somebody else for the position like, well, I had a better resume. Sometimes it works out. So again, keep that in mind. The biggest thing is, as I said, your resume, your presentation, you applying for a job. Everything you do when you go in to apply for a job is catered to get that job. You go into a job dressed for that job. You don't dress for IBM like you're going to go to Food Line. You still come in presentable, but your dress is higher standards. Same thing. If you walking around dressed like you don't want to be that type of dude's girlfriend, he's not going to hire you for it. I don't care what you say about the way I dress don't mean this or the way that, no, I'm sorry. If you're looking for something, you attract the type of job you want, you're going to attract a certain type of attention. The type of dude that is looking for a type of fill that particular position, is he going to hire for what you're looking for. You can't go to the job and say, you know, you got on some muddy boots, some jeans, and a holy shirt, and say, well, I'd be good for the job. He'll look and say, well, no, you didn't come apply for it. You ain't dressed for it. You can't look at that boss and say, well, just because I'm dressed like this, don't mean you can't hire me. That's wrong. And he gonna still say, well, guess what? You still ain't getting hired. So, again, it is what it is. A big thing about jobs now, and trust me, I can tell you this from experience because I worked at the unemployment office for a while. Y'all know that. Employers are checking social media now. So your social media, that's part of your resume. So the things you do, the things you say, the things you post, the things you comment on, the things you like, that's part of your resume. Because if I see your social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, it's gonna make an impression on should I hire you or not. A lot of y'all love to like post and comment and put these relationship goal pictures. That's gonna hurt you on a lot of y'all. Some of y'all standards are way too low. If your idea of relationship goal is y'all walking in the park holding hands, and that's the best you want out of life, that's the best you want out of your job, if I'm an employer, I'm not gonna hire you because that makes me think that your work ethic is real low. That's the best you're gonna strive for. All you wanna do is just minimal work. I'm not gonna hire you. On the flip side, Some of y'all relationship goals is just crazy. Y'all see these unrealistic type pictures. You see dudes that are skydiving right when you marry me, and like, that's my relationship goal. Yo, you working too hard. No, I'm sorry, boo-boo. I can't hire you because you gonna be trying to do some stuff that my company ain't ready for. So again, keep in mind where your relationship goal, pictures that y'all like to post and talk about. If that's your goal, understand that my goal got to equal your goal. So that's another part. It's a lot of things like that, y'all. Are you gonna be an asset to my company? When I hire you, are you gonna make me a better company? Are you gonna, as my girlfriend, as my wife, are you gonna bring me up? A good man looking for a helpmate. He ain't just looking for somebody to sit there and say, I'm your girlfriend, I'm your wife. How are you gonna help me? How are you gonna help me be a better man? How are you gonna help my company? If you can't help my company, then I'm not gonna hire you. It's no point in me wasting time, wasting money, wasting effort on hiring somebody that's not gonna improve my company. How do you improve your company? You improve at work, being a hard worker, being an asset. If I hire you, can I say I hired you, and our other employee gonna say, you know what? That's a good employee. I've seen her work before. She does good. Same thing with a job relationship. If I'm walking around with you, is it gonna make me look good to say, all right, this is my new employee, this is my new wife, this is my new boo, this is my new whatever? I can't do that with a lot of, like, if you got, like I said, it goes back to the dress. If you're not dressed for the part, you're not gonna get hired. So like I said, so when you're going for the relationship, keep that in mind as far as that's what you need to do to get the relationship. Next part is, once you got the job, how to keep the job. The biggest part that a lot of y'all have, you're lying on your resume. You'll say you're going to do this at the start, you say you're going to do this at the start, you say you're going to do this at the start, and then once the relationship starts, once you got the job, all the stuff you wrote down go out the window. And I know a lot of y'all have done that. You say you got this type of training to get a job, and then once you get the job, the boss actually do something, you can't do it. Now you sit there looking with a stupid face. Guess what? You get fired. Same thing with relationship. If you put this image out there that you're going to be this type of worker, this type of employee, this type of girlfriend, wife, whatever, and we hire you, and then come to find out that you can't do the job, don't get upset when we get fired. Just like a job, when you get on, it's a probation period. Women love to scream, if a man wants you, he know he wants you instantly. No, he don't. No, he don't. Because when you get hired on a job, they don't know he going to keep you on permanently. You got a probation period. We're going to check your performance. We're going to see how you going to do. We're going to see if you will actually be an asset to the company. Same thing. That's what it is with men. Any good man is not going to just sit there and say, all right, I'm going to marry this woman right now. I'm going to make her my wife right now, make a commitment right now. No, we got to check and make sure you're going to do what you said you're going to do. Same thing. So you got that. You got through the probation period. To keep your job, you got to keep performing. You got to keep your work ethic up. So if you aren't working as hard at the middle of the relationship or towards the other later end part of the relationship as you were at the start of the relationship, just like a job, if your work ethic fails, they gonna fire you. Just like a relationship. If you're not working as hard on the relationship as you were at the start, and then you start tapering off because you got the job, you feel like, all right, I got the job now, you're gonna start coming in late. You don't start doing different. You're gonna stop working as hard. You're gonna end up getting fired. So this was pretty easy. Like I said, a lot of y'all kept asking me about it, and I do mean a lot. So this is, again, like I said, I used to say this same analogy a long time ago, so I figured I'd just go ahead and put it out there again. So, as usual, put it in there if it's intelligent, hit enter, comment, like to hear what you got to say, of course. If it ain't intelligent, take it to one of them grown-up little boys y'all like to date. Otherwise, peace.